Brisbane has a number of highly successful circus companies and internationally successful who are also engaged in a lot of community development initiatives as well. So Circus lends itself well to randomness and street activation, so it was a natural fit to include it in the Colour Me Brisbane Carnival. So we got Brisbane's premier circus companies together, had a meeting that included Flipside Circus, Circa, Volcana, Company 2 and Aerialicious. And we all sat down and talked about the G20 program. Athol again talked about the vision for the program, and as a result of that they were inspired and opted into the program.
It's been a great opportunity for the circus community to actually come together, and when the G20 Cultural program came along, it actually was a really good vehicle for those companies, and some others, Company 2 and Cassis were also around the table at that time to say, well, how do we work together more broadly, and then how do we use this as a vehicle to actually start to do some of those things. And Flipside Circus had a really strong presence in the opening event, did a great piece with William Barton in the Camerata of St John.
It was almost 2 kilometres from one end to the other that we needed to identify key spaces and activate. There was definitely a beautiful and extensive lighting program in each one of the areas that we worked in. The first activation space was Queen's Place, and then moving on from there it was Queen's Park, and moving on from Queen's Park it was Redcliffe Place, where we did the City of Dance program, which was an ideal spot because it was right in front of the casino, in a high traffic area. It was just a beautiful space to be in, and Jono's lighting project was spectacular there. And then moving on from Redcliffe Place, we continued on to the Supreme and District Court lawns, and there we had a lot of circus workshops and traditional games. And in those spaces in between on George Street, we had 2 kilometres worth of roaming specialty street artists, and they were all, because we did everything at night, we came up with the idea just to illuminate them, so to make them a little bit more spectacular, and again kind of working with the lighting, Colour Me Brisbane lighting.
The languages of contemporary circus and what people outside the arts sector, the general public, when they hear contemporary circus now actually have a language that they can put that to, or imagery and an understanding of the art form in a way that 10 years ago when Circa was formed, they just didn't.
My name's Anna Yen, and tonight I'm working here for Volcana Women's Circus, teaching circus skills here at the court lawn. It's fantastic, like this bubble effect show with lira and hula hoops that Shay Lindemann organised, fantastic, in the bubble, which is her invention. Volcana's been teaching circus in the community for a long time. It's important to Volcana that circus is accessible to everybody, and so it's great that Volcana has the opportunity to teach these workshops here for the general public. And various people, you never know. People come along, they get a good taste of juggling or hula hooping, and they might come to us to learn more, or they might send their kids to, the kids might go to Flipside or Circa. It's a great opportunity because you never know, when someone's going to come along and really grab, get excited by circus, and this could be the springboard for someone.
What it means for circus as an art form is raising the profile of it, definitely. It brought a rich mix and again opened the eyes of a wider audience that hey, we do have these companies here in Brisbane. They are some of the most successful circus companies in Australia, and I actually can do this stuff. And that's the great thing about the workshops, is that we're not just putting on these amazing shows that people are gobsmacked at. They can get involved, and it's doable. And when people can participate in something, they're more likely to go and get involved, and that contributes, socially that's a great thing, but it also contributes to the economic development of that sector, I think.